Yo, you tuned in to Guerilla Cross Radio.
Put my right hand to God, shine on these bras, stay on my job, grind with my squad, 100 racks on my car, no license at all, no 10 on that thing, cause that's how we ball. All these is flawed, suckers and frauds, my circle so small, stick to my script and just ball. First I pick up my and we shut down the mall, had to pick up the tip, she tried to pay for it all, bring some yak with my plate, garlic noodles and steak. Bouncing out the ballet with all these tats on my face. People looking like, hey, black, stay in your place. But it's some they gon' think, and it's some they gon' say. Got to a brick from an A. See that music's my fate. Switched it up from out my trunk, went to the top of my state. And I Versace my waist, like Tupac in his hay. Brian Williams, how I built this all money estate. Whoa.
Yo, what's up, and welcome to another episode of Unnamed Sports Show right here on Guerilla Cross Radio, streaming live on GorillaCross.com, the Guerilla Cross app, and Facebook Live. Guerilla Cross. Rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle. Crazy day yesterday, tragic day yesterday. Rapper from the West Coast, LA. Man, crazy, man, crazy. The conspiracy theorists are out, but whatever the truth is, whatever the truth might not be, let's just say rest in peace to this guy, because we don't know the truth all the time, right, when things happen.
Yep. Right.
And we can't just throw out conspiracy theories all the time on every single thing that happens.
Right.
Every single thing is not a conspiracy.
Sometimes things just happen, and tragedies happen. Tragedies do still occur.
All the time.
You know,
And
it's
just because
sad.
they're televised doesn't mean they're lying to us, whoever they is.
Right.
And not saying that nothing is a conspiracy. I don't, you can't believe everything you see, but dig in and look at both sides. Don't just take whatever someone says and run with it right away. And be able to have discussions, discussing both sides without telling someone to shut the F up is your first comment to them.
Right.
And then wonder why I make fun of you for working at Olive Garden. I mean, just get a better job. You can educate me. And I love Olive Garden, but
Wow.
if you have all knowledge and you got a degree in soup, salad, and breadsticks,
wait. You're not giving Olive Garden.
I love Olive Garden.
I have a BS in
I got a BS in soup, salad, and breadsticks.
I have a BS in Alfredo sauce. And
Wow.
wow.
But man, rest in peace, man. A lot of people don't know who he was because he was an underground MC pretty much. He came out with one official album that was actually nominated for a Grammy last year. So a lot of people didn't really know who he was. If you were on the West Coast, I think you definitely knew who he was in the hip-hop scene.
Yeah.
But he wasn't a huge name as far as
His music.
commercially.
Yeah, his
He
music.
wasn't. His name wasn't as big as Tupac to the world, but to the LA scene, to the hip hop scene,
Yeah.
it was that big. So that's why a lot of people are taking it hard. And you get those people that all of a sudden, every time somebody passes, become a major fan.
Yeah.
When Triple X passed away a few months ago,
No,
everybody
almost
became
been
a huge
year
fan.
now. That's almost been a year. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
and everybody
Was a huge fan.
was
like,
a huge
yeah.
fan.
He's like,
and-
I'd never even heard of him.
So here's what I want you to do. All your friends that make music are going to die one day. So guess what you can do right now? Support their music
them.
Right.
now. Support your homie
Right.
starting a business now. Not when he dies, because guess what? They don't get anything off of that. Their family might, so cool. Still support them when they pass.
And you see.
But when
Go ahead.
when you only give your respects and they were a good dude, listen, go on social media right now. Go to some of your homies and tell them how you feel about them now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Let them know how you feel right now. Go support their business, their small business right now.
Mhm.
Speak
Support
on
what they're
I
doing
know
right
that's
now. Buy their album. Don't stream it. Go ahead and buy it right now. You got $10. Don't lie. If you
Right.
don't got $10, guess what? Stream it.
You're in a lot
Take-
bigger,
take the-
bigger shape than I thought.
Take the share link and share it. Be like, hey, my homie dropped this project. Check it out. Listen, if his music's whack, you don't have to buy it. You don't have to support it. But when he dies, don't act like you loved his music the whole time.
Right.
Dog,
right.
people just didn't understand him, dog. He was so deep, dog.
And that's what annoys me. You know, something like this, like he just gotta get shot and dies. And it's not the prayers up, it's not the, love and blessings. It's the people who like post pics with him. And it's like, I've been following you on Twitter for years. I've never even
seen this picture.
Yeah, I've never seen like
you
now all of a
superimpose
sudden,
yourself into in somebody else's shot.
Being the biggest fan
this
of this
was my
person.
dog. We was about to do big things, man.
Like when Paul Walker died. Take for instance, when Paul
man.
Walker died,
Yeah.
I had people that hated him as an actor. All of a sudden on social media acting like he was like their favorite.
Yeah.
And it's
That
like,
one was
listen,
sad.
man, it was very.
It was
these
very
are
sad.
all very sad. But
Any
Right.
death, truthfully,
Right,
is
yeah,
sad.
for sure.
Even though,
And
you
here's
feel as
here-
if I laugh at death. So
but
much.
here's the thing too. There's people in your family that die that you're not as upset about when
Yeah.
a celebrity dies.
That's right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And to me, like I know a lot of people that knew Nipsey Hussle. So being in the hip hop game and being around that, I didn't know him. I never met him, but I know a lot of people that are from out there that run in the same circles. You know what I'm saying? So I know there's people legit upset. But listen, man, be that upset when someone in your own community dies that's not famous. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Right.
Why do we always celebrate a celebrity death?
Yeah.
Right.
Death is death.
And it's sad because dude made an impact. And
Yeah.
listen, man, if you're out there, continue on that legacy that he laid out. Because a lot of these cats know like where they're from, and they talk about like, yo, if I die, I want this to keep being pushed. You know what I'm saying? And he definitely did mention that. And we'll talk about more about this on our sports show, on our hip hop show on Friday, Speak Life Radio. So make sure you tune in with that. We got Derek Minor live on the line, so tune in with that. But yo, have that energy with your people that are still alive, though, man. Because I hate seeing that when someone passes and like it's dope that you give condolences and celebrate their life that they had lived, but
Right.
celebrate the life of your people while they're still alive.
Right.
And seriously, right now, today, this week, go support your homies that have a business. Even on social
For
media,
sure.
listen, if you don't have money, which I know a lot of people are check to check day to day. If you don't have money, you're on social media all day. You could hit that share button. You could hype up your boy's business or product or radio shows. You feel me?
Yeah.
I don't want when I die. I don't want to look down from heaven and be like, we got 10,000 that day.
Do you guys now? Do you follow Supreme Dream on the guy that does he always does those like playoff like LeBron coming in the locker room and like all his friends are like Tyronn Lue.
Yeah.
So okay, so he he posts a lot of other videos. I follow him pretty extensively on Instagram, and he posted a video a couple days ago where basically like don't be this guy supporting your friend. And he like walks up to his boy, and his boy has waves and everything. He's like, yeah, I got this new wave cream, yada yada. He's like, oh man, that's dope. Look how your waves coming in. Yeah, I ain't got it on me right now, but good for you, brother. You keep doing your thing. He walks like 5 feet down, and it's like another dude that like isn't as good. He's like a generic brand, but he's not his boy. And he's like, yeah, I got this wave cream. And he's like bald head. like he's like, oh, because like his boy's like $10, and he's like $37. Like, yeah, I can buy that. It was like so funny, and it's
true.
the
But it's
truth.
very true.
It's
It's
true.
the truth.
Yeah.
But then again, homeboys,
Yeah.
don't push me a product that's whack.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, don't just push products and be like, oh, you don't support me. Listen, man, if we can tell you're not putting time into what you're doing and effort, and it's not dope. Like, listen, I buy CDs off the street. I don't even have a CD player in my car. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I see the dudes hustle. Be like, look, man, I'm gonna buy it off you. And there's a dude downstairs all the time that I tell all the time, like, bro, quit selling those. You have nowhere to push them. Like, I try to get him up here to help him with social media because he's like, oh, I finally started a Twitter. I'm like, all right, cool. But what about your music being digital?
Right.
You know?
Exactly.
But listen, with all that being said, support your people. If you can't support monetarily or buy their product or whatever, like, man, just let them know how you feel while they're alive. Because that's the worst thing when you let people know how you feel after they're gone. You know what I'm saying? So everybody, your homework this week, write a Facebook post to your people. Let them know how you feel while they're alive. For real, think about that. What if we wrote, like, something good to somebody as if they had just passed, but do it while they're alive.
No, yeah.
Look,
For me, I don't have a problem congratulating
anybody.
You know what I mean? High-fiving people that are alive. I'm too many people's biggest fan. You know what I mean? Like, that's just how I roll, because I've been on the other end of that where you trying to push something, especially like when you first start a business or you get in business, you nervous yourself, and you don't. I mean, it takes like an amount of courage.
I mean, I'm wearing my
even
Yoke
step
Dog
to somebody.
boxers on today because of you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
What do you mean the boxes they're already on?
Yeah, we got some
I don't have
prototypes out. You want some?
What?
I don't really have them
All
on, but I will.
All I know is.
But listen,
you can go ahead and turn
yeah,
the game off. Go ahead and turn the game off. I'm
This
the
is
bad
a
luck
beautiful
guy.
game.
No, I'm a bad luck guy right now.
Beautiful game. First inning comes it down 4-0.
Two errors. Like I don't even know what to think right now.
But listen, like Yoke Dog, like that looks like a dope brand that you're going to be pushing. So I would support that, and I would charge you a minimal fee to be a sponsor for the show. But some people will push stuff that is not good at all and get mad that you don't support. It's like
bro, that sucks.
There's a difference there. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're pushing a dope product, cool, I'm gonna support. If
that
not,
sucks.
Guess what?
It's
But
okay.
man, a lot of sports happened today or this weekend.
Past week.
Baseball opening week is here, so we will be talking about that in October. So make sure you tune in October 1st, 2019. No, we will talk about that today. Because I actually watch games and I'm actually getting myself excited for the baseball season.
No, you're not. You'll come talk to me in May.
Oh, no, not May.
Exactly.
Not May.
You're excited because the novelty is there. Once the novelty wears off and you realize it's just strap-in time.
Listen, once it doesn't say opening week anymore on the TV, I'm done. I'm done till it says race to the playoffs. But the NCAA basketball tournament, NCAA, I'm not going to say AA. AA? NCAA? NCAA tournament is going to the Final Four. We're going to talk about the 4 teams in it and the teams that did not make it. We're going to talk some NHL hockey. Playoff matchups are almost set. And we have some NBA news, which I don't like talking about the NBA right now.
Good.
It's depressing.
That's good. I see. I like it when the Lakers stink. I like it even more when the Lakers. No, you know what?
Here's
I
the
don't
problem,
like
because Lakers are going to be talked about once they're done. There's going to be more Laker talk.
Yeah. See, but at least the talk has calmed. It at least hits a tipping point for no.
Once the season's over, all you're going to hear is who's going to come to LeBron, who's going to.
That's 2 months.
No, I'm talking about Lakers regular season.
Yeah,
because there was a year Kobe didn't make the playoffs, and it was the NBA Finals. And there was more Kobe news than NBA Finals.
The NBA Final news.
Yeah. But we do have a lot of sports to talk about, a lot going on. We're going to jump into the NCAA tournament, AA, right now. Duke, the favorite to win it all, went out to Michigan State. I said this on Let the Ball Bounce on Saturday. Check them out every Saturday and Tuesday. I said, look, if Duke doesn't play a lot better than they played against the 2 previous teams, they're not going to win. Michigan State is a much better team. And I think that's what we saw yesterday. Instead of winning by a point, they end up losing by a point because of a missed free throw. A lot of missed free throws in the whole game. Cam Reddish being less than stellar.
7 turnovers.
I'm putting it out there right now. He's going to be the draft bust in the NBA. I'm not impressed with him. There's been a few games I've been impressed with him. I have not been impressed with him all college season. He has been. And he does have 2 other superstars ahead of him.
Yeah. That do help mask. But
we can go back to Michigan Fab Five. Like there was 3 dudes that were legit and they played legit,
and then 2 that didn't end up doing much.
Yeah.
King and what was the other one?
King and Ray Jackson.
That's right, King and Jackson.
Jimmy King and Ray Jackson.
But one thing I will say about Cam Reddish, with having 2 great players like that in front of him. At the same time, if he would have went to a lesser school or a situation where he might have been a more featured player, maybe his game advances further. So it's kind of one of those things, and that's also my thing with him being a potential bust. Really, truthfully, a lot of that stuff, man, just comes down to where you get drafted. It's just like real estate. It's location. If he ends up in a bad location or a bad front office situation, anybody can be a bust. It's you go to, let's see, you go to Orlando where careers go to die, or you go to there's a number of teams. Phoenix right now, Phoenix is trying, but at the same time, they've had top 5 picks.
Yeah.
Like at some point, you would hope that this figures itself out. So, I mean, in a lot of ways, I feel like they tried to feature him too much down the stretch, and that's really where they got into trouble. They should have went to Zion and just said, screw the double team and figure this thing out.
And here's the thing: every time they would give it to Zion, if they weren't in a zone, which Michigan State didn't play much zone at all, you should have just kept feeding Zion the whole time. And I didn't see that a lot at the end of the game. Barrett was taking a lot of shots. He took a wild 3 at the end. I don't know, man. I mean, I wanted to see Duke. Listen, I'm not even a Duke fan. They're probably my least favorite team. But this year, with Zion, I want to see more of Zion. And that's really what it came down to. That's why I was rooting for them. But we have a Final Four set up that doesn't look attractive to, like, the average fan that might need the Carolinas and Dukes and big-name schools out there. But it's going to be very good games. And this whole weekend, they were all pretty much close games.
Yeah.
But going back to Zion, Steve, what's up? Because you were really I was hating on Zion yesterday.
And here's the thing,
chat group,
because this is tough to say, and it's hard to put it into exact words exactly how I'm feeling watching him. Now, part of this also could be blamed on Coach K and his lack of coaching or creativity about coaching or whatever. But it's like, here it is, you have pretty much guaranteed number 1 draft pick on your team. You probably have 2 other players who are top 5, top 10 draft picks. Like, you got a great starting 5 here. Granted, no bench, I'll give that to you. These guys are great. So I'm not knocking Zion, saying that he's a complete bust and he'll be a bum or a nobody. But here's my thing: is this is all of these in this tournament. These are championship games. You get to this level, like, it's not for the championship, but it's win or go home.
That's right.
So you have to have this mentality of, give me the ball. Like, coach, run some plays through me.
Yeah.
I got this. I'll take this over. And that's what I was saying. I wasn't seeing that from Zion. Now,
but if you're not running the play, it's not on him.
But that's the thing.
He doesn't. I haven't seen that from him. At any point.
My point is, and this also was part of, like, the UCF game. I was really close. They almost lost that one. And it was a couple games during the season. And in the season games, I kind of just blew him off. I was like, he'll work through that or whatever. But it wasn't like his body language was just saying, I don't care. But there was nothing to me other than, like, being excited after a rebound or and one or something like that. There was nothing in his body language that was like, when they were losing or the game was close, that he started to show, like, an emotion of, like, hey, we got to do something.
Yeah.
I got to do, like looking at his teammates or holding anybody accountable. So it kind of annoyed me of, like, dude, like, you the number 1 player on this team. Like, why are you so calm right now when y'all down by 4? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's less than a minute left. So it was little things like that just kind of was like,
yeah,
I don't know. But that's also just part of the generation today.
I don't know, Dave. What do you think?
So
exactly.
What do you think, Dave?
Oh, we got Dave.
I think you guys got to factor in that R.J. Barrett is a world-class ball hog. I know he has the
Not a
ability to pass.
world-class ball hog. Wow.
But also, Cam Reddish, I mean, it's tough to come along. You have 3 guys that are the same height, basically trying to play the same position. This team had no shooters, no bench. I mean, this is clearly Krzyzewski's worst coaching job, I think, hands down. Any other team that comes close to this.
But also, it's a team full of freshmen. So I think the thing, too, where what Steve is saying, like, you don't see that it's the best team and all that. They're still freshmen. Other teams have a lot more, higher classmen and stuff like that because they don't have, like, the mass amount of good freshman players. So I think you see that, too. There's other teams with more experience.
I think,
but I think that's also why we're going to.
Well, no, Dave. Just to your point, I feel like the year that he had Jay Williams and Elton Brand and Young Boozer and those guys, right? Yeah, they like. I would feel like those teams were actually worse coaching jobs. Coach K has had a lot of years where he's had an abundance of talent and got flamed out in the first or second round. Not the first round, but like the second round or the Sweet 16, and everybody was picking them to win the championship. He, Izzo, for everything that people say about him or, want to say about how he overcoaches or whatnot, he gets to the Final Four with not always a lot of talent. Some coaches just do. Coach K, sometimes he does, sometimes he doesn't. I was just going to say that.
Oh, I think that's true, but like I said, at the same time, there was zero coaching. Anytime something happens, basically their whole crunch time offense is, well, Zion, you better do something, because RJ's pulling regardless.
Yeah.
But I just found it, the fact that Trey Jones just continued to regress throughout the season to the point where teams aren't guarding your point guard.
That's bad.
Outside.
That's
Cam Reddish
tragic.
was supposed to be this dead-eye shooter, and that didn't really ever come to fruition. I mean, he never found his way, but a lot of the reason he didn't find his way is because there's no coaching. I mean, basically they bring in a bunch of former guys. There's even one-and-done guys can be coached, but they're not the only team that did wrong by a top-profile guy. Nasir Little for North Carolina, he was a top 5 guy in this class, and he didn't start all season. And now he's coming out into the draft, and because you almost have to. Shouldn't come out, but now next year, going with their new class of guys, that's the problem that this system creates, is you have to hype. That's why you have every year they have guys like last year Duke had Gary Trent Jr. and Trayvon DeVal. They both went out. Trent went 37, and they're just horrible. Used to be a high-level coach.
Who was? Say that last one again.
Duval, the other guard they had last year.
Okay, yeah. I don't know. I mean, listen, there's one number 1 team left in the Final Four right now, and it's actually the number 1 that I think everybody thought would not be in the Final Four. If you had to pick one of the number 1s to not be in it, I think that'd be the one you didn't pick.
Yeah.
So, now with the matched up, we have Michigan State versus who are they playing?
Michigan State gonna play Texas Tech.
Texas Tech, and then we got Auburn and Virginia.
Oh, both of those are games that I would rather see the opposite.
Opposite of what?
Well, I would rather see Texas Tech play against Virginia.
Oh yeah.
Because
okay.
I would love to root for Texas Tech. That's Glory Road. I mean, like give them. They haven't Texas Tech.
They got former UNLV coach there.
Yeah.
Even if it was just for a week.
And,
Well, Glory Road's UTEP, not Texas Tech.
Well, wait. No, that's right. You're right. You're exactly right. Yeah, because it was Texas El Paso before, and then yeah.
So now you want them to lose.
No, that's all right. Texas Tech. Well, even still, they were supposed to be decent when they got Bob Knight, and that never really happened. So we'll see. I'll cheer for them.
I kind of, after watching them play, I kind of got them as my favorite to take it all down now. It's that defense, man.
And see, it's hard for me, man, because all these teams left in it
the
are
best defense in the country.
Yeah.
all these teams playing are really good. And Auburn, no one expecting them to keep doing what they're doing. And I'm sorry, that's a scary team. You just don't know what they're going to do. But yeah, I'm not. I can't even pick yet, so I'm gonna wait till the end of the show to pick my winners.
Yeah.
But
who
you got?
They
Dave?
are very scary, but I would think Virginia, even though Auburn has the Achilles heel for Virginia, which is 3-point shooting, but that can come and go, especially when you're talking about college kids. Yeah. I have a hard time thinking. I mean, I had a hard time thinking of Bruce Pearl in a Final Four, let alone a championship game.
Exactly.
But if they shoot the way they're shooting, who knows? But a realistic Texas Tech and Michigan State's going to be a well-coached, hell of a game. Because Cassius Winston, that's a really good college point guard right there. I don't think he's a pro, anything other than somebody coming off the bench in the pros. But man, he sets guys up. He controls the entire game. Full college point guard.
Yeah.
Did he just go out?
No. He
I
was
think he
waiting.
stopped and nobody responded.
He was waiting for Quan to say something.
Oh,
So I was like,
any of you guys.
I heard that little burn, and I was like, wait, did it stop? Like, I was like, I thought he got cut off.
oh my goodness. Hey man,
Yeah.
I'm focusing on.
Yeah,
I got two
Yeah,
games
Josh
up
is
right
over here
now.
watching baseball and hockey.
Quan's like, no, I will
Yeah,
not
I
give
think-
you your
but anyway,
charger.
I'm gonna start turning the TVs off. What's up?
Texas Tech and Virginia, the Thunder are trash. My phone's kind of cutting out, so I just have to make sure that everyone knows that the Thunder are horrible right now. They're 6-13 in their last 19.
And they're gonna lose tonight.
Real bad. Real bad.
Wow.
Just get out of 8. That's all I'm asking. I didn't realize that you guys were a game and a half out
They're
of
not
6.
getting out of 8.
Just get out of 8. That's the biggest thing. They get
They're
out
not
of 8.
getting
They'll
out
be
of
fine.
They're not getting at 8.
They might win.
They're getting rolled through.
Yeah, they're gonna win one playoff game.
Honestly, wouldn't matter if they were 7.
They would beat Denver.
The shoulder started bothering him. They are not good.
I would take them over Denver.
I would.
I think Denver's losing in the first round.
Denver or Houston, if they can get up to 6, they're there.
That I would like to see that matchup in the first
I
round.
would love to
Houston
see
and
that
OKC.
matchup. I would love to see
Yep.
it more than anything.
Hmm.
So, but it does not look as if. That's
Well,
what to
if
be.
George and Steven Adams were healthy, which is clearly not the case.
Yeah,
So
we'll see.
anyway, I'm gonna let you guys go. My phone is dipping out on you.
All right,
all right, man.
Appreciate it.
Take care.
Dave on location on the Las Vegas Strip. But yeah, I mean, it was really good games, man. Most of the games went to overtime, or they were like at the buzzer. So it's been good, man. A lot of people were upset about not a lot of upsets, but I think this tournament has been great. I've loved watching these games.
I guess it's just the magic of March Madness is a little bit down for me, just in terms of the nature of the kids moving as much and all the one and dones. You really, like, at least for me, like think about 20 years ago when Valpo was good, and you knew that every year this little upstart team that had nobody that you knew was going to come into the tournament and they were going to do well, and they were going to, because I feel like you actually really could get behind a lot of teams. Now I'm just picking colors. I feel like a girl. Like, it's like, oh, well, I guess I'll pick that team because they're blue and they're from this state, and they I don't
Actually,
really...
I think your intern picks all your teams.
Well, this year, I didn't have any time. I didn't pick any games. I'll probably no, I probably won't. I was gonna say I'll probably pick the Final Four, but 50-50 on that as well.
I think one of the big things that kind of turned me off this year to just college basketball in general is the one and done rule, where we're at a point where all you've heard about all season is Zion, and the other player, one or two players that may go to the league, all from Duke. And there's so much emphasis on these players who basically are just, this is going to be their 1 year, right?
They're not even going to be here.
And I feel like it's not that many players when you get rid of the one and done rule. Even before, not that many players will come straight out of high school into the league. It's not a ton of them. So it's like,
I don't know. We saw a lot.
Better when
we saw a lot when they were coming out of high school.
No, I mean,
over
10,
the years.
15.
Over the years,
Probably
yeah.
about
But
15.
I'm saying, like, it's not like every year it was one or two players coming straight out of high school.
No, there
it
were.
was.
There were.
It was.
Was that many?
It was more than that.
It was like there were years. There were years where it'd be 5, and then there'd be a down year where it
the
might
last
be
5
1.
years of the draft before they changed the rule, there was like
So
5 or
look at
6
it-
teams, players coming out of high school going.
So look at it
going
this way,
straight to
because
the
I
NBA.
didn't even think it was that many. But still, the thing that the one and done rule eliminates, now all those players, there's no story about, oh, this guy's going to the league next year. Let's see what the league is getting. No, he's just going straight to the league. So now when we watch college ball, we watching guys who might be there for 3-4 years. They'll at least be there this year with the possibility of next year, depending on how good they are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then we'll see players who are like, we find out halfway through or in the, the Final Four, like, you know what? This guy's NBA ready now. You know what I mean? Instead of being told that when Zion first came in, that basically.
I feel like we know all the like top prospects are one and done though.
I mean, look, Steve. When it comes down to it, I could tell you the next 7 or 8 draft lotteries.
But this is what I'm saying.
Just because of, like, basically, and my biggest issue, and I've said this on the show before, the way the NBA drafts and the way the NBA scouts has nothing to do with actual talent.
No, of
course. It has everything to do with where you're rated and where you're projected to be.
Right.
They don't actually really go and say, "Oh, you're the best basketball player that we can draft at this position." No. This is where you're rated.
Right.
And we're hoping that you'll get to the league and you'll figure it out. But the league doesn't actually coach. They don't. There's very few Greg Popoviches.
I know that, but that's what I'm saying. Like, that's for college. This makes it better for college.
What makes it better? Like having
players,
no one and done.
Right. If
Yeah.
there's no one and done,
Yeah.
I think we're more interested in watching college games.
Well,
because we watch some. There's
I'm
always
cool.
going to
I'm
be
cool
some
with watching.
players.
It's the truth.
There-
But
you know what I
see
mean?
that. But see that now like I think, and I've said this too. I think that basically there should be an opt-in. So if you go to college, it's essentially like going to to play football.
Right.
You're in college for at least 2 years.
Right.
So I have you for at least 2 years. I can build your name up because
Right.
because honestly, think about it this way too. The NBA would get a lot more value out of a name that's established. The reason that the NBA was great was because college did a great job of actually building a brand. So it's like, oh,
Right.
I'm Alonzo
That's what
Mourning. I'm such and such from Georgetown. I'm this person. I'm this person from UCLA. Like,
And that's
by
the
the
point
time
I'm
you
making.
get there, the NBA is already like, oh, he's already got a packaged group of fans. We just
and that's
serve
what I'm
them to their
saying.
fans.
I think it benefits both ways.
Yeah. No,
not
1000%.
having that. You
No,
see what I'm saying? Like
1000%.
so. If more players who are in college are actually going to be in
But
college.
see, that's the thing.
You
They're
see what I'm
not. They're
saying?
not staying. So like that's what I'm saying. Like basically the way that it's constructed now,
Right.
even if you take away one and done, dudes are still gonna
There's
go.
still gonna be
They're still gonna
some one
leave a
and
lot.
done.
They're still gonna leave a lot.
But then there's that, toward the end of the season, depending on how deep they run, all of a sudden, you know what? Maybe this guy shouldn't be one and done. Maybe he should do another year in college. You know what I'm saying? And to me, that process makes college better.
It
Would make college better than what it is right now. Right. You know what I mean?
I was reading the draft like kind of mock-ups and everything
Yeah.
last night, and I know that we've talked about LSU with my cousin going there this year. A few of the players on his team are thinking about leaving. I'm not gonna speculate. I already know,
Nas.
but well, I mean Nas they were already saying, but like a few others as well. And when I look at the draft recap, only Nas is on there, and he's
Yeah.
like 50, and I'm like, do not leave.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I'll put it to you like this, Steve. Steve, if we were playing in college right now,
Mhm.
and everybody's like, all right, you are a highly rated player, you're gonna probably make it to the league, but then I can read. And I don't
Right.
care what you guys are telling me over here. Like everybody over here, like, yeah, dog, you gonna be, such and such draft pick. But I can read for myself and see that I'm rated 50.
Right.
I'm staying.
Yeah.
That just
Yeah.
makes too much sense because it's
Right.
like even if I do come out and you might be right, you also might be wrong. But even if you're right, like I'm probably
Right.
not gonna get the money or the position that I would want.
Right. Right.
I might end up on the Warriors, which would be great,
Right.
but at the same time it would be terrible because it's like, well, I ain't really. It's gonna be a minute.
Right.
I might
and
get a
that's where-
ring.
and that's where like and watching this the whole time, there was even like a debate somewhere that Zion should sit out and not play the rest. He has nothing else to
Yeah.
prove. And that whole narrative, I was like, man, I really wish this part was not the conversation all the time now. You know what I mean? Like of if he should play, if he shouldn't play. Like if I'm gonna watch college basketball, I want to see these kids playing like they're trying to earn something, like they're trying
Yeah.
to prove something.
Yeah.
I don't want to watch the guy who's basically just, well, I'm here because I want to be here.
Ben
Like,
Simmons.
you know what I'm saying? Like it's just, I want to see like players playing for something.
Yeah.
Like the kids who went to college, and it ain't no guarantee they going to the NBA. They probably gonna need their degree.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or need something else. And then those kids all of a sudden start shining or start playing better. Like a lot of those stories now aren't happening because they're being overshadowed by the 4 or 5 guys we know are just basically doing they one and done.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like I said, if a player earns that one and done, he
So
went
be
in
it.
with the
But see,
exception of it. But you know
I
what
don't think it
mean?
matters because then we don't focus on those players that aren't going to be in the NBA, but you still focus on the teams because right now we have
Right.
4 teams that might have a couple NBA players on them, but it's
Yeah.
not like the star NBA players that the John
Right.
Morant,
That are gonna be
Right,
something.
the Barrett,
Yeah.
Zion.
Right.
But we're focused on the team, so it's still making for good basketball. So it's still, I think, either way, it's still interesting. It's still good
It
to watch.
is.
And I like seeing the young players. Like I don't mind seeing
interesting.
Zion play 1 year in college and see him dominate. Like what could he do in college? This is what he could do, and he dominated.
Yeah.
He played great in college, and he impressed me more than he would have going from high school to the NBA. Because I
Okay.
wasn't super impressed with him last year, dunking on 5'8" white guys in all the highlight reels
Yeah.
I saw. But then this year, coming into college and
He's in
dunking
the
on,
ACC. No, just say he's in the ACC. That's
Yeah.
all you need to say.
Yeah.
and he
Look the part.
looked what the
Right.
hype was. You know what I'm saying? And I like him now better than
You
I
did.
did last year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Uh,
I have a Zion question. So this came out maybe about a week or two ago from Tracy McGrady saying that his sources have told him that Zion doesn't want to go to a major market. Like he wants to play in a smaller market. So I was wondering, do you think Zion possibly would sit out if a team didn't get if basically he was slotted at the wrong spot, like if he was slotted to the Lakers or he was slotted to the Knicks or he was slotted to the Bulls?
Sit out? No, he wouldn't sit out.
What would be the benefit of going to a smaller market?
Well, I mean, he's from South Carolina. He's from a small city.
Yeah.
He may or may not want just all that's gonna come with being being named Zion in New York.
And here's the problem with that. I'm not sure who the sources were. I'm not sure who he played for Duke.
Yeah.
Like that's the biggest college market.
True.
In the NCAA.
Yeah.
So I'm not really.
But yeah,
he'll play for whoever he goes to.
I just thought that was interesting when I heard it. I was like, oh, okay, that's an interesting little take.
Yeah.
I mean, because
preference and will I play or not is two different things, though. I mean, he's not going to be like, I got picked up by the Knicks. Let me sit out until they trade me. He's not doing that. He doesn't have that personality to do that, anyways. He's going to play and give his best, and then in 3 years, if he doesn't want to be there, he'll sign with somebody else.
Yeah.
So I don't think that would be a big deal.
Yeah. Restricted free agents.
You down over there? What's happening?
Sorry, water.
Oh, I was. He's like 4.
What?
Turn to a zombie.
Finishing my water.
Yeah, but he'll play wherever he goes, unless he gets drafted by the Lakers because LeBron's going to trade him.
Oh, God bless.
Wow.
But
no words there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who knows?
But listen, man, I think it's been great. It's been fun to watch. I've enjoyed the games. So I wanted to see Duke and Carolina in it again and play each other. But, hey, they're not. So we're going to get a different matchup. I'm taking Auburn over Virginia. I just want to see their run keep going because they're the underdog in this now, a 5 seed. First time ever in the Final Four, which is surprising if you know Auburn is a big school. They're not great at basketball. They're not as good as they are in football. But they've always been decent. They've always been there, and they just have never made it to the Final Four.
Yeah.
So props to them. Michigan State's been in it a lot. So I am taking Texas Tech over Michigan State.
Ooh,
and I want to see two teams that have never been in it win a championship. Someone's going to win a championship.
That would be exciting. I would like that. I would much rather.
And then I'm taking
than,
Texas Tech in the finals.
I would much rather that than than say when one underdog makes it and then they have to go up against Goliath because Goliath just always beats them, and it's like, yo, because I want to say,
and I want to see a good game because last year we had Michigan and Villanova, and that was a very boring game.
That was tragic.
Yeah,
that Villanova game from 3 years ago was exciting as I don't know what though. I was watching the shot the other day.
Yeah,
and
that was a great game. Is that 3 or 2 years ago?
That was 3. It was 2016.
I
literally just was watching the highlight last night, and with oh man, I just forgot that child's name again. When he hit the 3.
Yeah.
On that was a perfectly drawn up play.
Yeah.
Excuse me. But I mean, are you ready for the Masters?
What?
The Masters?
Oh, did you record them? Oh, you're talking about.
The Masters are next week.
I thought you were sending us Masters for your album that you're dropping.
No, the Masters.
Okay.
I thought you was talking about slaves.
Anyways,
that's not for us. That's for the Masters.
He's trying to throw golf in the first hour of the sports show. Do you see that thing?
Oh my goodness.
So back to sports. Let's jump into opening week of Major League Baseball. Josh, your team's down 4-0. Yesterday they lost 11-10
after being up 4-0.
Wow. Those Cubs.
They'll be all right. It's the my main concern, which was my main concern all off season. Our pitching staff is suspect.
But that's like the biggest thing you need in baseball.
Depends.
Once you get to the playoffs, you get there.
Well, I mean, depends. And then in the playoffs, it does matter. Quite a bit.
You're not getting too far. Listen, I don't watch baseball, but I know you're not getting far giving up 11 runs and 4 in the third.
Hey, if you're we didn't give up 11 runs and 4 in a third.
No, they have 4 runs so far in the third.
In
this game,
4 in the third. Sorry. I thought
they gave up 11 runs.
Sorry, I got this cold, so everything is like here, and I can't talk right, and I'm trying to avoid like having my boogers fly all over the mic. So
I
I'm trying to
appreciate
like
that.
hold
I
it in.
appreciate that.
Awesome.
That's
Yeah.
good stuff.
So that's why I might sound like a robot today or whatever.
Classic.
Yeah.
Nice and classy.
Oh man. You said nice and classy.
Nice and classy.
But yeah, no, baseball season's here. I'm trying to think. The Brewers are doing well in my division. The Brewers, and I want to say the Reds are trash. Reds and the Pirates are
The
terrible.
Reds are 1-1.
Yeah, or 1-2, right? The Reds are 1-2.
1-1.
They've only had 2 games.
Mhm.
It's the first day of baseball, and this team's already like 5-0.
Who's
That's
5-0?
ridiculous.
Who's 5-0?
No, somebody's 5-1 though.
Who's 5-1?
Seattle.
Oh, you know
'Cause they
why?
played,
no, because they
2
played
weeks
that. Yeah,
before.
they played that game in Tokyo.
Yeah.
For Ichiro's last
Tokyo.
at bat and last appearance in a major league game.
They flew all the way to Tokyo, man.
They did, and that was the official opening night, which I thought was weird because everybody else was still in spring training for another week.
And they were still playing spring
Yeah, it
training
was
games.
like, how did that work?
It was weird.
So yeah, that is only a glitch that Major League Baseball would come up
yeah.
with.
Yeah.
No NBA season would ever start. Be like, you know what? You guys your preseason's done. It's like, hold on, but did our preseason start at the same time? Like, yeah, but you're gonna be done a week early. Like, what? Okay.
Phillies are 3-0.
Yeah. Phillies are 3-0.
They're the only team that has not lost a game, which is weird because usually you have a few teams after 3 or 4 games that haven't lost anything.
They've won 3 and they beat Atlanta all 3 times.
Yeah.
So Atlanta's 0-3. And Atlanta was a playoff team last year. So everybody the sky is falling for Atlanta. They hadn't been 0-3, I think, in like 7 years, and then the Phillies hadn't been 3-0 in like 10.
I didn't even know baseball season was
Started?
5 days deep yet.
Oh gosh, Steve.
Yeah, Thursday.
I thought we was like
Thursday.
on day 3.
No, Thursday. It said
Wow,
so
okay,
the
okay.
Cubs game 1 was Thursday. We won.
Yeah, third business
Then-
day. I
then
wasn't far.
we took Friday off for whatever reason, and then we had another
Okay.
game Saturday. And
All right,
Sunday.
and listen, with the Phillies, man, if you pay somebody $350 million, they better be 3-0 to start a season.
Yeah,
That's all I gotta say.
That sounds legit.
Oh, don't worry.
Which the Padres are 3-1, and they paid somebody $300 million also. So
Manny
hey,
Machado.
get your money's worth. Like win games if you're gonna get paid this much. Where are they at? Where's the Angels at right now? They are
The Angels
1-3.
Anaheim?
So they paid the most, and they are still
They're
bad.
still trash. The Angels
Mm.
just like I
It's-
feel horrible for Mike Trout. Mike Trout is literally
Why? How can you feel horrible for a guy that's getting
almost
half a billion dollars?
No, do you understand why I feel horrible? Well, and he's already made I think 150 or 200, so he's doing okay.
He
the
is fine.
reason I feel horrible for him is that Mike Trout, at least for what everyone talks about, I don't watch enough of Mike Trout because his team's always trash. So it's like I ain't out here. This ain't basketball. He ain't doing that much that's that exciting by himself.
Oh, he's at
So,
bat. Let me
yeah,
turn it.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
cool. He okay,
hit.
cool.
Okay, good. All right, moving on.
A double. Let me
Um,
turn it back in an hour when he gets back on bat.
Basically.
Right.
But Mike Trout, he's been on a team that's been trash his entire career, and he literally might go down as a top 10 baseball player of all time. That's sad.
And in this 13-year contract that he has, they might make the playoffs twice.
I don't even know.
They might.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, that's crazy that they might.
That's
in
crazy.
13 years.
Yeah.
He might get to the playoffs twice.
Wow.
Well, I mean,
And I want to see it happen, obviously. Like, I want to see the best player in it. He's finally doing more commercials and stuff like that. But I don't know.
He has
I mean,
a great name. I
they're
wish
1-3.
they would do more.
And listen, it's day 5. We have 956 days left.
This is
of
not the
baseball season for the
basketball
year.
season. This is not basketball.
That's what I was gonna say. I was like, dude, like
We can't get excited or
About
Yeah,
the
you can
Southwestern,
start-
Eastern,
or worried about any
divisionals.
of these teams right now.
you can start as bad as you want in baseball. You got 500 more games to fix it. Y'all will be all right.
Yeah.
Well,
For real.
be that as it may, April
Look.
does help.
You don't want to start off in a hole.
Look, man, of
I'll
course.
say this: the season that the Cubs won, we started off in a West Coast swing. Like we started off playing the Padres and teams in Texas, and we were
Yeah.
in dome stadiums like for like the first 3 weeks of the season. And then we finally made it back to Wrigley. By the time we got to Wrigley, it was in the 60s, so it was okay. Right now, we're about to go to Wrigley this week, and it's still in the 30s.
Look, man.
That stuff matters.
The thing about baseball is no matter how good or bad you start, it's gonna come down to your last 2 games.
No, that's not true. If you start off
Hey.
horrible, you gonna have to replace that somewhere. You better get hot somewhere during the course of the year. You can't just be trash and be like, oh yeah, we'll be all right. The last 3 games really that's really what it's about. Don't
Them
worry
last
about
2 weeks of baseball change everything, bro.
it. That is too.
You go from ashy to classy in no other sport this fast.
Oh my god.
Wow.
That is too funny.
Legit, bro.
But you saw that Giancarlo Stanton, he's injured. He went on the DL,
DL.
or the IL now. It's not the DL anymore.
So IL is
Injured list
okay.
is no longer the disabled list because they felt, hey, that's not funny. They felt that that it actually was like after 100 years that it. Oh, now we're being insensitive to
Disabled
disabled people.
Oh, but they still can't change that name. Oh, never mind. That's a different sport.
No, Indians. Good try though.
No, I'm saying they did it, but that Washington football team still ain't figured out they need to change that name.
The Indians haven't changed their name.
Indians isn't a racial
They at least
slur.
got rid of Wahoo.
Indians isn't a racial slur, though.
They took the chief out.
They took the chief
out.
That's a step in the right direction.
Well,
There's difference
but
between Indians
listen,
and Redskins.
Listen.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen. No, not as much to
A big
natives.
difference.
But no, the Chief Wahoo, he was racist as all get out. At least the Redskins logo isn't racist. Like it's actually a hot logo if you look at it. It's actually quite nice. But
Man.
it's not. It's not. It has nothing to do with the actual name. Do you actually know what Redskins means?
What does this mean?
It's actually it's not the color of their skin. It was basically
potato
scalping.
skin?
It was
Oh.
scalping. That's
okay.
that's not funny.
What? The red potatoes?
Oh my goodness.
I don't know. I just wanted to see how
No.
he's going to make this not racist.
I have no words. No words for you. No words for you at all. Oh,
Well,
my
baseball season is officially underway, and we will be getting back to it again, like I said, in October.
October, baby.
NBA, Porzingis, traded to the Mavericks.
goodness. Not good.
It's not all bad either, though, because more and more stuff's coming out about this lady looking like she just wanted the money.
Well, but you heard about the text messages and the emails to the Knicks, and the Knicks knew. So now okay.
Well, now with the trade, they
Now-
said
now
that there was
what-
an extortion charge that could be following him with the trade. Mavericks said that they didn't know about the rape allegations.
Yeah, like all like. but
It's
I mean,
just a weird story, though.
just
So you
spin
go
all
to his
that.
apartment at 2 a.m. after he just tore his ACL to get an autograph. Weird. You have text messages acting, after the fact, acting like you want to be in a relationship with this guy, but then it's like it's just a lot of fishy stuff going on.
Oh no.
And
Yeah.
she wanted the Knicks to mediate between him and her for the $68,000.
Wait. All right. So wait a minute.
That's what I'm saying. It's getting fishy, bro.
Let's get all the facts.
That's
on
what
the
I'm saying.
table. Let's get all the.
That's
facts
what
on
I'm
the
saying. It's
table.
getting fishier by the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the other story was that, and the reason that the Knicks and everything were even involved was because she was Porzingis was saying that he was going to pay $68,000 for her brother's college tuition.
Yeah.
First off, what college tuition is that? It's high, but this is getting out of hand with college tuitions. We're out here, daggone buying Teslas in 1 year. But anyway, neither here nor there.
And why not just ask for 70?
back to the
exactly.
68 for you.
Yeah,
back
I
to
don't
the
get it.
68. Like,
Yeah.
it's for books. Anyway,
2,000 for food.
2,000 for
2,000 for a
room-
4-year supply of top ramen.
room and board.
Yeah.
But so now we're saying, okay, at some point she wanted a relationship with her rapist. Yeah, that right there for me, that might be the clincher right there. Because when I did hear
ESPN obtained a series of text messages between a woman and Porzingis, as well as emails between her and the Knicks. The text and emails portray a woman who wanted to pursue a romantic relationship with Porzingis in the aftermath of the alleged assault in February 2018, but who also wanted him to honor what she says was his commitment to contribute $68,000 to a college fund for her brother.
okay, all right, okay.
And
that-
According
that
to the
at least
emails,
helps
the woman
clean
lived
that.
in the same building apartment as Porzingis,
Yeah.
told the Knicks that she went to Porzingis' apartment to get his autograph in the late night hours after Porzingis suffered a serious knee injury at Madison Square Garden on February 6, 2018. After the woman told the Knicks was an extremely aggressive encounter, she said Porzingis agreed to co-sign a statement with her that promised him his payment of $68,000. Hey, I think you just raped me. Like, what? Can you sign this paper? Instead of your autograph, why don't you sign this for $68,000?
Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to figure out.
Weird.
Like, because none of this exactly says
good.
what came first or what happened first, the allegation or all this other stuff, or the time where he allegedly did this and all this other stuff. And the thing is that,
and some women like it aggressive. That does. I mean, she might have requested it. I don't know.
And that's the other thing too, is that just because, like, let's just say that all this stuff happened, you know what I mean? That she's saying, it doesn't necessarily, like, yeah, 2 a.m. is fishy, but some people are just late night people, whatever. You can give a person a pass with so many things and say, just because she might have went over there at a fishy hour and wanted this and that, it doesn't excuse the possibility that he had done something. You know what I mean? So so I'm not giving him a pass on that. Exactly. But at the same time, like, if you have a story that somebody did something to you and then your reaction to this is you trying to get something out of it, it's going to be a lot harder for people to believe that this actually happened.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Like if you're going to settle, if a guy raped you and you really feel like you've been violated, there's no amount of money that you should take. Like, once you start to take money, then people are like, well, apparently
it was about the money,
right? You might have been violated, but you settled for money, so you no longer have the right to complain. You know what I mean?
You settled.
Right.
You at least you felt like you were if you were the agreed party, like,
you accepted this as your justice.
This was justice to me. So $70,000 was enough for your violation,
right?
Apparently.
So don't bring up the whole sex act now. Get the money. Like, this should be illegal.
Well, no. Remember. Basically,
she's only saying she's bringing it up because he did not pay the money.
He didn't pay the money.
Right.
So then now, since the money wasn't paid, now we have no deal, and now I can talk.
Okay.
But then you see, like, with Ronaldo, which supposedly did the same thing.
Yep.
And then paid the lady or whatever. Then it wasn't enough money. Then she came out. Wait,
I need more.
Yeah.
And then
trying to open the case again.
The difference in that one, though, was like he actually admitted that she was saying no, and he continued and all this other stuff, and then he basically paid her off. So that got even more weird, because it's like, so are you saying you raped her and you paid her? Like, you know what I'm saying? So normally you get the the guy gets fired, but so I don't know, man.
And then I know, Steve, you both of you actually commented on that post I had last night about the boxer and the reporter.
Yeah,
and she's from out here. She's
is she?
Yeah, Vegas Sports Daily. Mike Dixon. We met him at the.
No.
Yeah.
No way.
That's the website that she
works for.
That it was posted on.
Holy smokes!
His website was all over ESPN and everywhere.
Oh wow! Good for him.
We reached out to him. We can't really talk to them. They can't say anything because that was a legal matter.
Wow!
Right now, but I
Steve,
mean,
you weren't there. See, yeah. You know what I mean? Maybe come to some of the events that I get tickets for. Anyway,
but listen, even
know what we're talking about.
But listen, even that looks fishy right now.
But
because you have two separate occurrences with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and
right.
so it's like you were at the party. You weren't lap dancing on him. Whoever you were lap dancing on, they blurred their face out and his hand. I don't know why they blurred his hand. That was weird to me.
Might have had tattoos.
Something.
Could have been something in it,
But
or could have had a drink.
But when they panned, he was still in the room,
Right.
But not saying that that's right and that's a reason or gives him an opportunity to be able to do anything like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And that's the thing. Like, it doesn't excuse the behavior that happened, but if it was truly unwarranted,
and if you were that upset about it, like you were in the press conference, like, why were you partying with them?
Why did you go hang out with him right after that?
I'm not.
That's
listen,
the thing
if you violate me, I'm not kicking it with you and your homeboys afterwards. I'm just not.
Right.
It's not. I'm not going to be okay with you.
Not at all.
I can't be in the room with you. Not if I felt.
Exactly.
Not again.
I'm gonna get one of my friends. We're gonna come to the party, but it's not gonna be a good reason.
It's not gonna be a good.
You know what I'm saying?
It's not gonna be so friendly.
Right. Yeah. It's another woman out here. I follow her on Twitter.
See, I brought Steve.
See
what I'm saying? So Steve's angry. Steve, tell him. Like,
and I want to know if that, like I said in your post, if that dude gave consent for her to jump on his lap and lap dance. I
Yeah.
felt like he felt violated.
But those
So now
are
he might have a
yeah.
case.
No dude in that situation's ever like, I was not happy.
I mean,
The only you know what? I take that back. The only way that I could ever see myself being upset in that situation is if I had a wife.
Yeah.
or if you can get paid,
Girlfriend maybe as well.
or if
Well,
you
I
can
mean,
get paid,
yeah,
if you can get
if
if you can get a high profile lawyer to take that case, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, I did feel violated.
I think if
She better have some money. If that's Oprah, then we got a conversation like,
Right.
Oprah, I did not ask
Oprah to grind her
is
butt
this what
onto
we're
my
doing
lap.
right now. This is what we're doing right now.
Look, man, like I think there's a lot. You silly.
You don't even want to
There's
know
a-
it just took place.
No, he's watching baseball. Steve, go ahead.
Continue.
There's
Steve.
a lot of women who have legit claims about something legit happening to them, and people may not take it as like a huge transgression, but to that woman, it's very personal. And those women, it's very hard for women to come out and say, "Look, I was violated," because they have to admit that to people and like even to the police, lawyers. Those are strangers. You got to let them know how you were violated, and you got to relive these things. That can be very traumatizing. But then you have a situation like this where clearly this woman couldn't have been so traumatized that she went and hung out with this guy for hours
Yeah.
and then decided the next day or 2 days later or whenever that, you know what?
Whenever.
I think I was violated. You know what I
Whenever
mean?
that video went
And
viral,
I was very upset.
Because now, just like people are not believing her, we're second guessing all the other stories we hear that
And that's-
sound something like
and
it.
that's what we talked about.
You know what I mean?
That
Which,
it will,
you know,
and to what we talked about last night, to kind of bring the audience up to speed. I think the saddest part really is that, with the whole Me Too movement and everything that's going on, I think any guy anytime I hear any of the stories from my friends or people that I know or just random stories where it's like, that really happened? Like,
Yeah,
that seriously happened? Like, when it's normal people. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So for women that need to be able to, have a forum to get their truth out, it's a perfect situation, but it also is a situation that guys do talk about, and I think a lot of ladies or people, guys too, sometimes be like, well, Dave does it sometimes, like, well, there's only 1% of every case is actually a fake person, but these fake people, when it comes out, it basically poisons the whole lot, because then it's like, well, what were the circumstances?
When a person is telling you a story you don't want to believe, it's not going to take much for you to actually not believe it.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Like, it only takes a little nudge for you to go, you know what, that is fake.
Something happened.
You know what I mean? Like, somebody will tell you something and you already kind of like,
because
what?
I
Did that
also
really
think we
happen?
know people personally that we know, like, I'm gonna do something shady because this dude or this woman did this to me, so I'm gonna, like,
yeah.
So you just don't know. But listen, man, just be careful out there. Don't do anything stupid. Just get in a relationship with a girl before you start doing stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just don't be picking up randoms.
Yeah.
And then on the other side, man, like girls, like, you're messing it up for the girls that really are violated by just coming out and looking like you're just trying to get money to. And not saying that's the case in either of these cases, but the perception of it looks like it could be that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah. And some more NBA real quick, man. As Dave was talking about the OKC Thunder, they're down to 8th spot in the NBA standings right now in the Western Conference. They would be playing the Golden State Warriors. And the Milwaukee Bucks are leading the whole NBA. This whole season, pretty much, they've had the best record in the league.
Yeah.
For the Milwaukee Bucks. So shout out to them, man. It's going to be fun. The playoffs are a couple weeks away. And the matchups are close to set. The Eastern Conference, you still have Charlotte and Orlando hanging on, trying to get in that 8th spot. Miami's half a game ahead of Orlando and 3 games ahead of Charlotte. Same thing with Brooklyn is half a game above Miami. But it looks like they're pretty much set, so there could be a little bit of movement in the bottom of the East. The Western Conference is pretty much set. Everyone's clinched in the top 8. The only thing that could change is OKC, Clippers, San Antonio could all flip-flop. Same thing with Utah, Blazers. I mean, OKC's 8.5 back in first place. Portland, who's in 4th, is 4 games back. Houston, who's in 3rd, is 3.5 back. So there could still be a lot of movement up there. Golden State and Denver could flip-flop from 1 and 2 also. But it's going to be interesting. So OKC right now matched up with the Warriors looks horrible. I don't like that matchup. them matched up against the Nuggets or the Rockets, hoping that, their players, obviously Paul George has been hurt. If he's just kind of pacing himself right now to be healthy for the playoffs, and he could be healthy in the playoffs. I like OKC over
either
Denver and the Rockets.
Yeah, either of those two teams.
I at least like the matchup with the Rockets. I'm not saying they're going to win it, but I think that'd be a really interesting series to watch.
Yeah.
What are some of them that you guys are seeing right now that might be the upsets or something to look out for?
In the West, it's so hard to say this. I'm always hoping Golden State gets upset because I feel like it'll be at the end of a good 7-game series. That's going to be a good series. Like Golden State wouldn't get upset. Like, I just feel like that would be a good series to watch, but I just don't think it'll happen. Denver
You're talking about the first round, right?
Or second. But I'm
thinking about anytime before conference championship.
They look more beatable this year than ever.
And that's the thing is like they look like they could be beat, but I just don't think they will. It's one of them things that I believe it when I see it. I just don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah.
But Denver, I still feel like Denver is not as good as their rank says they are. So when Denver goes out, I think it's going to be considered an upset, and I can see that happening. Whether they play OKC or San Antonio, I think San Antonio is much better than 7 seed. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like they are. Like,
I don't know, but I'll say one thing though. San Antonio is 30-9 at home. Yeah. They have the best. They have the second best home record in the league.
Yeah.
So
there's
something to be said about that.
They had the best coach, and they
have that as well.
Every year, like they go to the playoffs. Every year. Whether they just sneaking in or they in a good spot, whoever they play could definitely be upset by them. You know what I mean? I wouldn't even call it an upset, but they're ranked 7.
As far as the ranking, there will be upsets, but I don't think there's any upsets like there because Denver wasn't in the playoffs last year. They're still a young team, so I think I don't think anybody would look at a 7-2 as an upset this year necessarily.
It's an upset in number. But anything in the West, truthfully, outside of Golden State getting knocked out, is an upset.
Yeah.
So
yep.
But as far as my pick, between Portland and Utah, that's the 4-5 matchup currently. I think Utah winning that isn't necessarily an upset. Again, I feel like it's just coming down to seeding. Especially with Portland losing their big fella
Nurkic, and McCollum's been hurt too, so we don't know what he's going to be in the playoffs.
Well, Nurkic is definitely not coming back, so he's done.
Not this year, bro.
McCollum might come back and be all right, but
Nurkic is not.
But exactly.
Unless he comes back like Paul Pierce in the wheelchair.
Now I think skipping and hopping. I think the Clippers, for all their warts, I don't know if they can beat Houston or not, but I think they have a chance.
Whoever they play, man, they're going to give a tough time to.
Yeah.
They're dogs. They don't have anybody that cares to be like, this is my team.
This is me. Yeah.
Listen, man, this is a scary team to deal with.
Yeah.
And the fact that this team is like this right now with no superstars, with them trading their best player, they got better.
That's right.
The fact that they're this good, they were picked to win 33 games by everybody pretty much.
They're up to 47.
They're up to 47 right now with a few games left, which, they can get close to 50. That's crazy to me, dude, because when they traded your boy away, what's his name?
Tobias Harris.
When they traded him away to Philly, you're like, okay, cool. They're like at the bottom. They're kind of in the playoffs, but maybe out. They trade their best player. You're like, okay, cool. They know what they're doing. They don't want to play Golden State in the first round. They're just going to tank the rest of the season. Smart move, right?
Yeah.
They said no.
the players said no.
Well, even the owner said no right when it happened. He was on TNT and he's like, no, we're not tanking. We're trying to make the playoffs.
You can say all you want.
Yeah.
But that looked like a tank move to me.
The move looked like a tank move, but at the same time, it elevated the team. They've been playing better. And here's the thing, they have a lot of money. So the scary thing with the Clippers next year, they're in 6th right now. They could get up to 5th. they can get 2 superstar players. They have
with
2 max
exactly
deals
what they have right now.
and not really lose anything they have right now.
Yeah.
They could just add on to that. So they could look. A Kawhi Leonard would fit perfect with this team and be deadly and dangerous.
Wow.
You can get.
I hope Kawhi stays in Toronto.
I wouldn't want Kyrie there. I think Kyrie would be the type to kind of mess up that chemistry. I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
Kyrie is better with the second. I think he's a better number 2. I think he even knows that, and I think
he definitely doesn't know that.
I think he does.
He may know that in terms of us saying it out loud. He's like, I could see that.
He wouldn't be saying what he's been saying about LeBron, and he wouldn't be talking about teaming up with KD. He knows he's not better than LeBron or KD. And that's what's making me think like he knows he's a great 1A, 1B.
Okay,
I think he's
maybe
a great
that,
1B.
Maybe that he'll accept.
But
A 2, he will be no one's Scottie Pippen.
I mean, he was LeBron's for a long time.
No, but you can say what you want. They won that championship. LeBron gets to shine off of that block, but his 3 in the layup that he made, falling on his neck and getting an and one.
Listen,
they
both killed it. They wouldn't have won it without either of them. But
man,
with that being said, though, back to the Clippers. Somebody like Kawhi would be crazy there with that team because he's a selfless guy. Well, I won't say all the way selfless, but as far as on the court, he is.
Yeah.
As far as on the court, he is. So
anybody who play hard defense to me is selfless.
Yeah.
So I think that would be a great match right there, or a great marriage with the Clippers if he ended up going to the Clippers. Somebody else, Jimmy Butler, I wouldn't want to see that. I think he'd be a chemistry killer too.
Yes, he would.
Kevin Durant. Be great there. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to see some movement. And Clippers, I really do believe they're getting at least one guy. And probably only one. I don't think anybody's getting 2. Unless it is Kyrie and Durant going to the Knicks, which I don't think is happening.
Yeah.
Nah, I ain't going to the Knicks. I don't think that's happening either.
But even that, I think Knicks might get somebody. So, I don't know. That's where I'm at right now.
Zion.
And Josh is watching hockey.
No, sorry. I'm texting one of my kids. A coach from a college just reached out to me for one of my kids. So I'm just letting him know I'm on my radio show, and I will hit him back.
How many kids you got, man?
Just work around me.
Kids everywhere.
Just work around me.
Kids across the nation.
That's not funny. That's not funny.
Kids everywhere.
It's not funny at all.
Papa
so LeBron's not playing in a World Cup, but he said the 2020 Olympics is still in play. Do you think that's a smart move by him at his age?
No.
To go to the Olympics in 2020, which is next year already. Wow.
Where is the Olympics next year?
I think at T-Mobile.
I don't know.
Lord have mercy.
Every event will be played at T-Mobile Arena.
It's not at this past one was at Rio. And then
I'm not sure. We'll figure that out. But he says he doesn't.
2020 Olympic Games.
He couldn't type it in. He had to speak in it.
I'm over here Googling, son.
It's in Tokyo.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, that's just what I found.
So instead of playing in a World Cup this year, which used to be what was it called before?
No.
It wasn't called the World Cup.
It was just the FIBA Championships, World Championships, or something like that.
Something like that. Anyways, but
doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly. He won't be playing. Instead, he'll be filming Space Jam 2.
Oh,
that's just. Right. I'm just still so. That's been like the longest running joke for the longest time, and I'm just still so disgusted that they actually allowed this to happen.
What, making a Space Jam 2?
Yes. Yeah.
It's a money grab movie, man.
I know, but it's just like, come on, why?
I mean, listen, if Kyrie can make Uncle Drew,
no, but that
LeBron
was actually a character that Pepsi created for him that people actually found funny.
Yeah.
That was its own concept.
Yeah.
Like, why do you always have to, why do you ride everything?
I mean, that's movies, though. That's
what they
Hollywood.
do, man.
No, I'm talking about LeBron.
I mean, why not? If they come to him and be like, hey, you want to be in Space Jam 2 and make this much money? Like, yes, I do.
You mean tell me right now if they said, Josh, we make a Space Jam 2, baby. We got a part for you. Ain't even going to be millions. We got $200,000.
Is Jordan making a cameo?
It don't matter.
It does.
Oh, get out of here.
It does.
Man.
He better get off the spaceship.
I'm taking the money. I don't care who in it.
All right, so LeBron playing in the Olympics, he'll be like 35, I believe, 35 or 36 going into that year. Is that smart for him? And as, an NBA fan, do you want to see that, or do you want to see him just keep resting over the summer? If he's really trying to get another championship, for me as a Laker fan, I wouldn't want to see him play in the Olympics again. He's played enough. Let the younger people have it. And, like, hey, rest for your team that you're getting paid for.
He played in 16, right?
He played every year.
So he won in 8, he won in 12, he won in 16. So he has 3 rings. He has 3.
Did he play in 16? I'm not positive.
That's what I feel
I
like
don't think he played in
didn't.
16.
But the thing is my whole thing is this: are you gonna be competitive? Are you gonna be out there blocking shots for your country? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I'm not worried about him being competitive in the
work?
Olympics. He definitely will be.
I mean, that's my issue.
Well,
if he is, then I want to see it.
No, he didn't play in 16. I didn't think he did.
He didn't. So
that
he
was
is
Olympic
only
Carmelo that was turning it up.
I don't want to see lazy LeBron out there. I want to move your feet, man. Play some D.
Oh, you're not seeing
Shut
that ever
somebody
again.
down.
I mean, you got to watch tapes of that.
And that's what I'm saying. Then I don't want to see it.
Yeah.
Like,
So
in
a game.
Well,
that's
in
based
Olympics,
on,
you could play zone, so it's not as big of a deal.
But it is still based on movement. Like it's not the NBA where
they're still too dominant.
We're still it's not the NBA where we actually can sit and just ISO ball.
But here's
or
the
do
thing:
different things.
it's not the level of play where other people on the team are going to be able to help out defensively. So I'm not worried about him on defense in the Olympics. Like he's a 20-minute a game player. It's not gonna.
Yeah. It's not like I'm asking you to clock a whole game full of minutes.
Exactly. So it'll be fine with that.
But to your point, as far as a Laker fan, would I want to see it? No. He already was worn down in year 34 season. Yeah. So I'm gonna be okay year 36. Yeah. No, you lost your mind. I'm definitely not looking into that.
And I think that's something he'll have to evaluate next year when it's like, yo, I'm a year older. Like, this doesn't feel real good. And last summer felt great being able to take the summer off and just make a movie. So,
yeah.
And guess what,
Space
man?
Jam 3.
They can start filming tomorrow because he's done with the Lakers for the season. So you might as well start filming.
Yeah.
Are they gonna
get that out of the way?
Are they gonna put up the LeBron dome like they built the Jordan dome and right on the studio? Reggie Miller gonna come play again?
Oh gosh.
Mitch Richmond and Chris Webber and the boys. Everybody coming back.
Who else is gonna be in that movie? Who else do you want to see in that movie?
Oh. Well, okay. One of my guys actually was offered a role as like one of the extras, as I guess one of the Monstars or whatever. So he got that right after I had sent him some information on the Big Three, and so because he's 6'10" and muscly, and so
muscly,
and so he didn't tell me who else is gonna be in it, but they did. He started getting into acting. He last year he was in I think it was a Miller commercial with the guy from Guardians of the Galaxy. Remember the beer commercial with the guy from Guardians of the Galaxy? My guy is actually like on the treadmill or whatever, like right next to him.
Okay.
In that Super Bowl commercial.
Tight.
Yeah. But who would I want to see in it?
Yeah.
Who actually has like Russell Westbrook?
I like to see Russell Westbrook.
Get some personalities in it. Because if you think about the original Space Jam personalities, Charles Barkley, Patrick Ewing, even though he didn't have as much of a personality, he still had a little.
Yeah.
Let me think.
But he also
Muggsy Bogues.
He could play a bad guy. I mean, I think DeMarcus Cousins play a good bad guy.
Well,
but he's a good guy though in the movie. They take the powers.
I know.
He didn't watch Space.
Wait.
We gotta ask a major question before you say anything else, Steve. We have to ask a major question. Put your left hand down. Have you watched Space Jam?
I did.
How many times?
The number of times I don't remember.
Okay,
how many years ago? Over 20. So I mean, I ain't watched it recently.
All right,
it's not recent.
All right, give me one line from each of the 2 most popular Space Jam songs.
I Believe I Can Fly. What's another space? I don't know.
Come on and jam.
The Space Jam song. That's the thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's whatever, man. Like,
oh my goodness.
Anyway, I would like to see DeMarcus Cousins. As, you know what I mean?
As a monster.
I would see.
I mean, he could be the Charles Barkley character,
right? That's what I'm getting at.
Charles was
he
was a bad guy, but that was just Charles. So I could see where you're going with
You
that.
see what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's what I was saying.
There it is. Wow. Welcome to the Space Jam. Do your dance, on the Space Jam.
What a horrible song.
All right. Hey, back then it was easy to get paid for a song.
Shoot, really, right? That was Rock Jocks.
Kids will listen to that and be like, yo, is this what hip hop was back in '96?
oh
You guys
my
are talking about the
goodness.
'90s hip hop?
No, this was
Okay, listen
this
to
was,
Nas.
This was the Rock. This was the ESPN albums.
Yeah. Put the Quad City DJs album down. They weren't the epitome of '90s hip hop.
They had a few moments.
Wow.
But even in those moments, they weren't that good.
Jock rock.
Thank you. That was it. Nice.
That's horrible.
Damn, I'm trying to think who else was in it. So it was Muggsy Bogues, Sean Bradley, which still to this point is a little sad, but he was in it. So
Bill
Yeah.
Murray.
Bill Murray, Larry's Clear. That's a line. That's a Bill Murray line for me.
Wait, you're looking this stuff up though.
I just looked at the cast right now.
Steve, I don't think you watched it.
I did.
Who won? Who won the basketball game?
Name Newman's real name.
I don't remember. The
Wayne
dude has been
Knight.
20 years. Like, what the heck, bro? Yes.
He's had a couple of joints since then, Josh.
Yeah. More than a couple.
Oh man.
It's okay
Get
though.
outta here.
We've established that it's okay.
Listen, we are here every single Monday, 4 p.m. West Coast time. So make sure you check us out. Download that Guerilla Cross app. Follow us at Guerilla Cross and at Unnamed Sports Show on all social media. We're going to be doing a lot more with posting and doing different things like that. And hopefully giveaways soon, man, and some interviews and stuff like that coming up. So stay locked in. Any last words from you guys? Anything we didn't mention that needs to be mentioned?
Yeah,
Ooh.
these days where I got multiple games, I'm about to start sitting them out, man. I'm the bad luck guy today. I'm not home watching it.
love it.
I'm down 4-0 for the Caps. I'm
love
down
it.
5-0 for the Cubs. It's a rough day. Rough day.
Beautiful.
Yeah. They're the Cubs. They'll be all right.
Golden Knights play the Edmonton Oilers again at home. We did beat them last game.
And to your point of the
We've
Oilers
lost
are
5 in a
trash, Draisaitl has over 100 points as well.
I didn't say they're trash.
You guys always are like the Oilers are terrible and Connor McDavid has no help.
No, I like Draisaitl too.
Leon Draisaitl has 100 points and
Yeah,
Connor
but they're
McDavid
not.
has 100
They're not
points.
a good team. They're not a good team.
I don't know what they need a goalie or
and
something.
that's exactly what I
It's
said. Is
200
like they
points.
have those two players. I like them both.
It's 200 points off of two people. Y'all should be you guys should be in the playoffs. Not even a question.
Yeah.
I just don't watch them enough. But I knew that they weren't trash. I was like, he has a little help.
Oh, they are though. I mean, that's what I'm saying. They got two really great players, and the team sucks.
Yeah.
They're not making the playoffs. I mean, with the best player in the league,
Wow.
arguably.
Hope he's getting paid.
I was gonna say arguably.
Who would you take?
Something about that Ovechkin.
The Russia
And the
collusion.
show gets quiet.
The Russian collusion.
Say what you want.
And the
Say
show
what you
gets
want. My
Hey, your
man
name
had-
Ovechkin. You
Let's see.
definitely got
oh yeah,
ties
we
to
didn't
Russia,
talk about
bro.
Ovechkin. Yeah, see,
Yeah, he got hurt.
no, he didn't. 50 goals,
Towards ACL.
eighth
And
time in
sad.
history.
Won't even make the playoffs.
Only two other people ever have done it. Mike Bossy and Wayne Gretzky. They both have 9.
Wayne who?
Wayne Gretzky.
Okay, I just wanted you to say
and-
that name
and-
again.
and Wayne Gretzky.
Mhm.
I'll say it a couple
He's
times.
the GOAT.
You know that
He's the great
that white
one.
guy that played hockey, man.
Shoot, that was in the what was it? The All Stars.
And listen,
The,
here's the thing about hockey that you can argue with every other sport. You can't argue with hockey who the GOAT is.
Hey,
Yeah, no, that mess is undeniable.
Here's the thing.
Like,
you could try to throw some people
Yeah.
at Jordan, or you could argue Cream and Jordan.
hockey
You can't argue.
is not
hockey.
even a conversation.
With football. You could argue 20 different
Well,
players because of
positions.
position.
Because then it's
Yeah.
like, well, who's the GOAT of this position?
Yeah,
Because before it was always, well, Jerry Rice is the GOAT. And it's like, well, he was a receiver.
yeah. You can't.
It's
You can't
only
really say.
a few years now, I've actually paid attention to hockey and
Mm-hmm.
learned players' names. I've always known Wayne Gretzky's name.
That
That's
speaks
the
to how
only-
great
you know
he
what I
was.
mean? Yeah, like I've
Because you used
I
to
don't
watch
know
that
nothing about
Saturday morning
hockey.
cartoon with Wayne Gretzky, Bo
Bo
Jackson,
Jackson.
Michael Jordan.
the
Yeah.
All Stars.
Who was the other one?
Michael Jordan and Bo Jackson.
And Wayne Gretzky, wasn't there one more or no?
I don't think so, but I thought
'Cause
we
Bo-
thought about
Bo
it.
was both sports.
Yeah, I think we thought about it one time, and like there was like a season where it was like another guy, like maybe like Jose Canseco or something random.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know we Googled that one time.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Ovechkin, he's got I think he's got an outside chance of catching Gretzky. Now he might catch him in that, but like Gretzky had 100+ goals in one season. That's never ever gonna be touched. He had 50 goals before the All-Star break.
What's a high average? Like 60 or something?
No, like 50 is like nuts. Like okay, here, I'll put it to you like this. Ovechkin has 8 50-goal seasons in his career, right?
Right.
Only since he's been in the league, he has more 50-goal seasons than the rest of the league combined.
Okay.
And
So, I mean, like,
Steven Stamkos has 2 of those.
Like
by himself.
a good offensive player scores what, like 20 goals a season?
Yeah,
like kind of the average, you know what I mean?
You're a dangerous goal scorer if you're somewhere in the neighborhood of 20 to 35.
Okay, so yeah,
if you're up in that area,
right, okay.
I'm watching you on every shift. Like, okay, watch him.
Right.
Once you get above 35, you're a star.
You like, okay,
or you're having a star season. That was my whole thing with William Karlsson last year. What you guys like? Oh, William Karlsson. I was like, that dude his average is like 8 goals. He'll come back down to earth. Don't you even worry. And what happened?
He had 40. What last year? 40,
he had like 40. He had like 43, 44. He was right there with Ovechkin.
And now he has, I think, 25 this year.
And he got hot.
Okay.
He was bad up until like the All-Star break. He had like 5.
Yeah. Okay. And then he just
he got hot.
All right, I got you. Yeah. That's crazy. Because I don't know like a lot of people.
Yeah, what were your numbers?
What makes this person great? Like, why is he so great? What did he do? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a good point.
All right, so next week we actually have an NHL playoff preview. We're going to pick teams and do all that. Aaron Sewell is going to be back in the building with us.
Oh, that'll be great.
Talk some hockey.
Nice.
So we're going to do a lot of that next week. And we will obviously talk about the Final Four also because we'll have the championship game that night.
Yep.
So we'll be talking about that. We might actually start the show early so we don't run into
Thank you. I was just about to say that. I was like, oh, that is championship Monday.
I think we have a 2:00 show tomorrow, next week.
I appreciate
next
that.
Monday. So make sure you check that out. Check the time. And we'll be talking a lot of hockey, man. It's going to be exciting. Playoffs are here. Listen, if your team's in the playoffs, you're only guaranteed to have 2 home games. So if you're going, you might want to go early. Because you only got 2 home game guarantees. You only have 2 guarantees.
Hockey, it's gonna go to at least
only
game 6.
Have 2.
you should have a shot.
Wait. Don't tell Kings fans that because last year when they played the Knights, they got swept.
Well,
and look where they're at right now.
Hockey sweeps are more rare than any other sport.
Well, shout out to the Golden Knights for doing it in the first playoff.
That's like literally unheard of.
And seriously, man, like Golden Knights overachieved last year a lot. They did great. They made the playoffs 2 years in a row. So they clinched a playoff spot the other day with another team losing, and we still lost the game. But clinched a playoff spot. That's amazing for an expansion team in any sport to make the playoffs their first 2 years of existence. So, man, give them props for that. We have a first-round matchup against the San Jose Sharks. There's been a lot of fights in all these games, the last couple games we played against them. Reeves and your boy Joe Thornton got fined the other day for a lot of fighting and stick poking and pretty crazy.
Gosh, man.
A lot of fighting. So I'm looking forward to this. It's going to be a brawl. And so we will give you the NHL preview tomorrow or next week. Who is Washington up against right now if playoffs started?
Honestly, like
they're not set yet.
It's anything, because we still see if we would have won today, we more than likely would have won the division.
Yeah.
Now if we lose, now if the Islanders win, then now we're still only a game up, a point up on the Islanders. So now as soon as I get out of here, I'm gonna check the Islanders score because if the Islanders lose, then basically we're in the playoff. I mean, we're in
Islanders down 1-0 to Toronto right now.
Okay, good. Come on, Toronto, pull it together. Thank you for that. But yeah, so we're either gonna be playing right now. So the Penguins can fall to the first wild card spot to 7, or we could be playing the Blue Jackets or the Canadians or the Carolina Hurricanes.
Now you're not scared, and you beat Carolina the last 2 games. Have you lost it all to them? One game?
Like when I get to the playoffs, I look at the goalie.
Yeah.
I don't look at really anything else because Holtby right now. Tonight's not Holtby. Holtby finally got a night off. Holtby right now, his last like 8 games, he's at 1.5. He's at 1.8.
And that's what I was telling you yesterday with the Knights versus the Sharks. Their goalie has not been very good.
Yeah. Well,
and we've been playing the last 2 games we played against them was Subban in net, and we won the first game and lost in overtime the other day. But with Fleury back, rested, he needed that rest because he was playing the most games of any other goaltender in the league. So I think it's going to be a different
too much
story.
Rest.
Nah, it's not too much rest. It's only been 2 weeks.
The rink rust is real.
Nah.
But-
He'll get another. I think he'll get another game in before the playoffs.
Who is my most feared opponent in that first round? If we get,
Are you worried about Pittsburgh?
Always. If Pittsburgh falls to 7, and we got to play them in the first round, I don't want that problem in my life. I would much look.
I would love
Listen,
to see that in the first round.
no,
'Cause
I don't wish that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. I don't want that for my life.
No, I do.
Thanks.
He wants it for your
Thanks.
And I don't. I wouldn't worry about the Hurricanes at all in the first round.
No,
for the-
I mean,
for the
you worry
Capitals.
about them a little bit because they do have Sebastian Aho, they have Teravainen, they've got a couple players.
They got the greatest celebration victories.
No, they're not going to do that in the playoffs.
I know they won't.
They already said, well, you
I
don't
knew
do
they-
that in the playoffs. We'll kill.
I knew they
Like,
wouldn't do
You'll
that.
die.
Yeah.
That is not what you want to do.
Wow.
Steve, have you seen any of those?
No.
Oh, yeah,
They're
they
missing
have
out.
some really good celebrations, some like fun team. Basically they do them at home after they win for the fans.
Okay.
So like they played duck hunt one time, and so like they're making they're using their sticks
right,
like,
right,
and
okay.
shooting the screen.
They did some March Madness stuff.
Yeah, they
A dude dunked on ice skates.
on ice skates.
That was scary
Okay.
though. If I was the coach, I'd be like, let's not do that one.
Yeah, that one's a little
You're
bit
jumping
dangerous.
on your skates and landing.
Yeah.
That could, that's not smart.
And then let me think.
And then what's the dude's name? The old guy was
Justin Williams
talking about the game. And he called them a bunch of jerks.
Cherry.
Or a bunch of
Don Cherry.
bunch of jerks?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bunch of jerks, and then
So now they've taken that moniker
They took that, and now they're the bunch of jerks. They're selling shirts. But it's. I mean, hockey is like baseball in all of its decorum and old school rules and things that you're not supposed to do. You know what I mean? Like little stuff. You're not supposed, like, once you're up by 3 goals, you're not really supposed to celebrate anymore. There's a lot of like unwritten rules.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm gonna fight you if you do these things. Like
Right.
you don't like
Like in the NBA, don't score when you're up by 10 already and you get the ball with 5 seconds
yeah,
left.
yeah. Like don't keep scoring. For instance, like you're not supposed to put the puck, like say the goalie leaves his net, you're not supposed to
Okay.
put the puck in the net. That'll start a fight. You're not supposed to take a crack at my goalie. That'll start a
Right,
fight.
right.
Like
Gotcha,
it's just
gotcha,
like
gotcha.
little
Yeah,
stuff where
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, oh, we gonna fight.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah. But no, my probably my most feared opponent would be Columbus, who we beat last year in the first round, or the Penguins. Anybody else? If we play the Canadians are a close one in there too, because Carey Price is still Carey Price.
Yeah.
At any moment he could have a Vietnam flashback and be Vezina. At any moment.
I'm excited. And I'm praying the Golden Knights go far again. Even if they don't win it all, I just want to see them really like go
Yeah.
far and do something and not get ousted in the first round. But I hope the fans support, and the playoffs are here. So we are going to preview that next week and give more insight and more picks on that, because next Monday we will know the matchups, because the last games are Saturday. So Knights have 3 more games left. Edmonton tonight, Arizona this week, and then I think they finish up somewhere. I know they are finishing on the road. And I'm going to look that up for you right now. Be patient, everybody. Steve, settle
What?
down. Be patient.
Yeah. No pregnant
Hey.
pauses. Just keep
Come on,
scrolling.
Steve.
Keep
Be
scrolling.
patient. Be
We'll fill this dead air.
Edmonton Thursday at Arizona, and at the Kings on Saturday, April 6th, which, I don't think Fleury's going to play in any. He might play tonight. I don't know. Probably not. But, yeah.
If
he's
you
not-
listen, if you don't have Theo
I think he'll get
Fleury
one more game.
catch some kind of games between now and the playoffs, you're doing yourself a disservice.
Mm.
I'm just letting you know.
He just hasn't missed that many games. I think you think he's been out longer than he has. He's missed 7 games, I think.
That's a lot of games.
Not for someone his age. They just had a baby.
He ain't that old.
He has a lower body injury. How old is he?
He's 30.
30 something.
No,
Are
he
you
like,
sure?
He like
I thought he
31.
was like 33.
No, I don't think he's that old.
Okay.
Because
I
he's
hope
because he's been because remember when he was winning, when they won that first cup,
he's 34.
he is not
Yeah.
really.
I knew he was up there.
Fair enough. He's Ovi's age. Okay.
Man.
All right.
He just looks a lot younger than Ovechkin. I mean.
look, just because he just
Overcheck was good. Overcheck was good.
Overcheck was really good.
I was gonna let it ride. I wasn't even say anything.
Overcheck.
Just because
There was an overcheck in hockey, right?
I don't think so.
In baseball, soccer. Yes, there was an overcheck in soccer.
I'm pretty
Spell
sure.
it.
I'm pretty sure somewhere on a soccer field there's an overcheck out there.
Spell it. That's the key.
Overcheck. Doubt's voice soon after publication. I don't know. Ovechkin.
Oh my goodness.
Hey,
What were we saying? Oh yeah, he just looks really old.
He's Theo Fleury's from he's from Canada. They age pretty well. Russians, it's 50-50.
hey, you never know, man. You gotta fight communism, man. It's
Yeah,
tough
I
to
mean
look
it's
young.
tough. It's tough.
You know what I'm saying?
Tough life. It's a tough go
It
at this
is.
thing.
Hey,
It
never
is.
know.
Yo, tune in, download the app. We're out.